Suppose there was a business in your industry that was struggling and needed your specific skills as a leader and a visionary. Suppose that business was poised to make a major impact, not just on the city, but on the nation. Suppose you were given a chance to become general manager of that business. Would you want to do it? But would you do it if it meant packing up your family and moving not just across the country, but halfway around the world to Mongolia? That's what this man did. Tom Terry is the general manager of Eagle TV in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, and he began his broadcast career 27 years ago at K-Hit Radio right here in Tucson. Tom, welcome back to Tucson.
Thanks, it's great to be home.
What possessed you, what drove you to move to Mongolia and accept this opportunity?
Well, for me, first, it was really a missionary venture. This was a Christian television station that was sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ, and I've worked in Christian broadcasting and been a missionary for a number of years. So when I learned about the opportunity, I felt I had no choice. I had to go. But beyond that, there was also a marriage of faith and freedom, where you have an opportunity to advance concepts of freedom through freedom of speech, press, and religion. And I thought that is a great opportunity. And it's the only station like it in all of Asia.
Yeah. The former Eagle TV was run by the Mongolian Broadcast Company. Now, you arrived and changed things dramatically. What changes did you put in place in the first 90 days that you were there?
Well, I could just sum it up by saying more freedom. You know, we did news pretty much like any other station, but like all of the other stations, there was really no opportunity for the audience to give input into what we were doing. So one of the first things that we did was open up live public comment to our news programming. In fact, we do that now literally every half hour, 16 hours a day live.
How were those changes received by the public and by the political structure as well?
Oh, it was incredible. 4 years ago when we started it, the foreign minister at the time publicly went on state-run television and the newspapers to really take us to task and tell the Mongolian people that they had no right to give their public opinion on television. And when he did that, we knew we had to increase the work we were doing for freedom of press and freedom of speech. And since we've done that, every other station has now duplicated what we do.
You operate as a news station, but also provide Christian programming. How is that mix, that dual delivery, being received by the Mongolian people and by the political structure as well?
Well, it's actually received very well. Mongolia is a very open country politically. It's a very open country, even spiritually. People want to talk about spiritual things. You know, for over 75 years, you couldn't talk about what you believed in, whether it was Buddhism or Christianity or anything else. It was a state-run philosophy of atheism. And so when the opportunity came to learn about other cultures and other religious beliefs, the Mongolian people embraced it openly.
In November of 2005, Eagle TV was chosen over the state-run television to do a live interview, or an interview with George Bush in the White House.
Yes.
Quite a coup. How did that come to pass?
Well, really, I'd hate to say it, I'd like to take credit for it, but we had nothing to do with it. Really, the White House and the U.S. Embassy in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, really looked at all of the television entities in the country, and they came away with saying that the Eagle TV was the only truly independent and free television that was not controlled by a political party or political interest. And that was the best TV in order to do an interview with President Bush.
What have been the greatest challenges, Tom, in running this television station in Mongolia?
Boy, I could give you a whole list of about 150 things. But I would say politically, just working consistently day in and day out on changing the hearts and minds of people through our news programming and our Christian programming on basic ideas of freedom of speech, freedom of press, and freedom of conscience as we communicate not only our programming but our Christian programming as well. That's the greatest challenge.
Well, Tom, thanks for sharing the story. Now we're going to have Tom stay right here. We have a significant perspective on the work of Tom Terry and Eagle TV, and that will be the former Prime Minister of Mongolia, and he'll join us right after the break. Stay with us.